Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. Schifferbooks.com if you're interested in the website for them. I can get it to focus. Maybe it's focusing, I just can't tell. Alright, Supportive Oracle Cards. Energy Oracle Cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Websites for Sandra. They're all Hay House, but there's a list of them here. Any of those you're interested in, feel free to freeze frame and check those out if you would like to. Okay. What do we have for Capricorn? Capricorn. What do we want to Capricorn? Okay, I don't know. We're going to put a cap on it? Is that what we want to do? Is this going to be a long... Is this a long... You are definitely taking your time with this. Ooh, you got the Ace of Pentacles that popped out. So, Ace of Pentacles is great for Capricorn. It's a very complimentary energy for y'all. That means, well, that I feel like you're taking your time with the situation. This is going to be the most important part of this. Where is it happening is the question. I'm like already stressed about even saying it for whatever reason. This is going to be the most important part. It's figuring out where it's actually happening because it's really slippery. But somebody's working against you. It says deceit with the Three of Pentacles. Somebody's working against you. To find out where it's originating is the trick. Because it's kind of like, how do you explain this? It's kind of like a tuber. It's like, that's a plant. Like, you know, there's maybe the hub is down over the, 20 feet to the left, but you see things popping up over here and over there and over there. I mean, a tuber is a tuber, but it's kind of like, where did it start from? We need to know where it came from. I don't know. You see where it's popping up, problems here, problems there, but where is it coming from? We need to know where is it coming from? It's almost like sometimes, people get in your way and you're feeling like they're the problem. Not realizing that, for example, Aunt so-and-so or Uncle Bobby Dob, whoever. I don't know where those names came from. But, like, they're showing up at the most unopportune times, or they're bringing something that, like, that has nuts in it and somebody's allergic to nuts. They're doing it, so you're thinking they're the problem, right? So you're like, aunt or uncle, whoever, showing up at most unopportune times, or bringing a dish that has, nuts in it, and like that's so-and-so is allergic to that, so now we have to be careful of that. We have to so you're thinking, okay, they're the problem. That would be the knee-jerk reaction, like they're the ones who did it, so they're the problem, right? Then finding out, well, the reason that they showed up at this time is because so-and-so said they needed a ride, but then ditched out on them so that they had extra time. Or you're finding out somebody requested they make this dish, and they never made it before. They didn't know who else was going to be here. So somebody else actually got them to do that, and then they brought it. Then you're finding out, wait, why did that person do that? And you're thinking, well, okay, that person's the problem. So, okay, so it's not... I mean, not that they're innocent, but there's somebody else here who's the actual originator of the situation. Got them to do this for them. And that person might not even be there at the event, ironically. Kind of like, what's up with that? So it's kind of like trying to find the originator. Like, why... It seems like this person's the problem, but why did they do that? What triggered them to do that? And finding, it was actually somebody else. That's what I feel like we're dealing with this situation. Once we unearth it, I feel like the more you do this, because I see we have pop-up problems here, pop-up problems there, over there, back there. Why, what's going on? The originator is staying out of your view or doing their best to be as sneaky and slippery as possible. But once you figure out where it's actually coming from, where it's originating from, then the whole game changes. The game. Because this is a great card for Capricorn too. It's the Hierophant, which is an Earth card. talks about rules, sticking to the rules, doing things in a certain way, at a certain time, in a certain order, and not backing down. The rules are the rules, you need to listen to the rules. That's kind of that energy. And I feel like the thing is, when these things keep going a little awry, why are we having these weird things? Because somebody's trying to stay right. Somebody's doing stuff and then walking away. They're creating an issue and then they're walking away is what I'm getting with this Eight of Cups. Usually this is like having something good and leaving it for something better. But what I'm getting from this is like they line up their situation, set it off, and then they walk away as if they didn't have anything to do with it. That's what I'm getting. And I feel like you just got to figure out where it's originating from, who this person is, who this bad seed is, if you will. I don't know why I want to use that term, but there you go. Until you do, you can't seem to fix it. It's just you just keep getting block after block after block. It's a lot of anxiety for you. This is not, you're not into having roadblocks. If you're looking to take a trip across town, you don't want to hit 5 roadblocks. You're like, that's not, even if it's a short trip, it's still very aggravating. You're like, no. I'm not looking to take, like, I feel like Capricorn would look at a situation, if you know what's going on, you're like, okay, there's work over here in town, there's work over on that road, and there's work on this other road. So if I look at the map, I just want to get to my destination with the least amount of problems. So I will map out a steady path to where I don't have to wait for these delays. I don't have to deal with these hiccups. It seems to be that's a Capricorn thing. Let me know, because I feel like Capricorn is very much like that. Kind of like, all right, these are my normal paths. If I take this path and there's a problem here, and there's a problem there, and there's a problem there, what way can I plan to get around this that still suits my needs and I can get where I need to go on time and stay on schedule? Capricorn likes to stay on schedule. That's my impression of Capricorn. Let me know if I'm wrong, but Capricorn likes to stay on schedule from what I understand. So if I know there's problems coming, I'm going to be like, all right, let me see how can I move around these without obstructing my situation too much and still stay on point, stay on plan, because that's what I want. But somebody's throwing off your plan, and I don't know. There's a reason for it. It's very subjective to whatever you're dealing with. For some of you, it may literally be a person that's just likes driving you crazy, and are literally getting their jollies by just causing you discord. Literally, just might be that. I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt when you find out who it is. I feel like when you find out who it is, you'll know. You'll be like, yeah, I know what that's about. Somebody's like, they're acting like they don't know nothing. They're not a I didn't do anything. I don't know nothing. Capricorn, I don't know why you're mad at me. I didn't know nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything. What are you talking about? They're not going to own up to anything, by the way, when you figure it out. Whatever you want to do with that. I feel like it's all about figuring out who it is. It's the whole thing. You may need some people to help you with this. You do have some allies around you. There's some stress around this. So people do want to help you, but they don't want to get caught in the middle of a fight. So I feel like you know what to do with that. People do want to help you, but they don't want to be in the middle of a fight. So they may help you find out who it is, but they're more likely to help you quicker if you can kind of give them some reassurance that they're not going to get caught in the crossfire with anything. So, for example, uncle and aunt and uncle so-and-so, if they do something, you're like, they show up in an inopportune time, they bring food that's really not good for everybody. If you're kind of able to kind of take that with a grain of salt, like, all right, well, I'm just going to let you know, I'm putting that dish over here, and I'm going to make sure so-and-so knows what's in it, because they can't have it. They're allergic to that. That's very bad for them. That could cause them to, have issues, bad issues. And just kind of like, I'm just letting you know that's what I'm doing. This is why. So I'm keeping this away from everything else so it doesn't accidentally end up in their food. But I'm just curious, why did you choose that dish? and then they'll tell you, oh, it was from this is what so and so thought we should make it. They thought it was a great idea. Oh, really? Really? Um, you seem to show up at a bad time too. I was just curious what was going on because we were supposed to all show up at 3, and you showed up at 2. So I'm just curious what happened. Like why you showed up so early. Well, we were supposed to pick up that same person, but they I don't know, they must have forgot because they weren't there. So they already got they were already involved in something. So we thought since we were down here anyway, instead of traveling home and coming back, we would just come on over and see if we could help you out. That's just why we showed up. Oh, okay, I understand that. Kind of like, I don't know. Capricorn doesn't really like that. I know that. I get that you don't like that if it's hitting the correct way. But in the efforts of finding out like what's really the problem, I feel like you can do what you need to do. I'm trying to be careful how I say this, but I'm getting like, be aware of your facial gestures. Be aware of how your face is coming off. Because I feel like some of you, and I think the ones that do this, you know who you are. You're trying to be diplomatic, but you will sneer at somebody. If that hits for you, do what you need to do with it. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. Don't worry about it. Just walk away from it. For those of you that I feel like those of you who do that, you know who you are. Like, so you could try to be, sometimes people, you try to be nice, but then you're sneering at somebody while you're doing it. And then you realize, oh yeah, I'm doing that again. Like, it's kind of like, you're doing it, but you're trying to be nice. Just be aware of it, because like that could create tension and stress, which could just kind of dilute the energy, dilute the information you're getting. So take it with a grain of salt. It's funny because I'm seeing it and I'm just like, I know of a couple Capricorns actually, and they do that. And I've never, like, I don't call that out, because like, if a Capricorn's not in a good mood, you just let them be and you let them relax. I don't know. I that's how I've learned to deal with Capricorns. When they're not in a good mood, you just kind of let it be. You let it calm down, and when they want to talk, they'll tell you. But it's funny because I know a couple that do that. And like, you could tell they're trying to be nice, but they're not in the mood. You could see it on their face. So just be aware of it if that's what's happening. Because I feel like once all is said and done, I feel like this is going to reset the whole situation. It's kind of like, all right, what happened happened. I understand why things happened, but it's more about where it's originating. And it's kind of like, oh yeah, that one. Okay, so I see where this is coming from. I see who's causing me issues. Okay, I get it. Once you see it, though, you reconstitute it. That's where your Ace of Pentacles shows up in the final part. And I feel like there's a lot of healing with this reconstituting, because it's kind of like you can work around that. You can deal. Once you know where it's coming from, you'll handle it. I don't see that being a problem anymore once you know where it's coming from. And it does seem to work out, because you get the Two of Cups ending with the contract. Like, you seem to make peace with this energy, and you get it out of your way. For some of you, you may just flat out call out that energy. They're not gonna own anything. They're gonna be like, I don't know, I didn't do anything, Capricorn. You're just crazy. You're crazy, Capricorn. I didn't do a thing. I don't have anything to do with that. You're making it up. But they'll also kind of go bother somebody else for a while. Because you called them out in their own game, they're gonna kind of go bother somebody else, because they literally want to make it look like you're crazy. So they're gonna just stay completely away from anything you deal with, as if you're crazy, but you're not. You know what you're talking about. Other people know what you're talking about. For others of you, you'll find a different way to block this person so that they can't cause you issues. So you'll work around it however you need to. So I feel like it's one or the other. Literally, you'll call it out. You'll call that person out. They'll be like, nope, you're crazy, Capricorn. I don't know what you're talking about. But then they'll completely leave you alone, as if they're proving you're nuts. As long as they leave you alone, who cares, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. Or again, you'll just find a way to work around them. I feel like it does bother you, by the way. Whatever this is, whoever this is, it does seem to bother you. It does seem to bother you. Like, because I am getting it with the Five of Cups too. Whoever it is, it's kind of like, it's not just that they pulled this ridiculousness, but it's kind of like I'm seeing this person in a different light, and I'm seeing them more for who they are, and I don't like it. But I'm also realizing they are who they are, and I can't change them. So, I don't know, there's a level of stress with that. Kind of like accepting it for what it is, not liking it, and just kind of finding a different way to deal with it. Sometimes that's a big thing. Just accepting somebody for who they are and just working with it for what it is a big challenge in itself. And I feel like that might be part of this. Are we good? All right. I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.